February 18th, Val sees trouble for Putin.
These are attacks. This looks kind of dangerous.
But world headlines suggest otherwise and a possible truce. Astrology says think again.
Third house. We're talking about vehicles with like bombs and local attacks that are coming. Something's being planned for sure.
3 weeks later, a shocked Moscow gets pummeled by a deadly drone attack. Join us for more world predictions with astrologer Val Evans tonight.
We are looking ahead at April among the usual suspects to see if we can get clues about a ceasefire between Kyiv and Moscow and anything else we can see. Today, drones pummeled the streets of Moscow, which some say may have turned the tables. We'll also look at President Trump's prediction and Zelensky's to see what's ahead. We look at solar return charts, and that's something that I apply to either forensic astrology or career charts. So you can get an idea of how I do that, especially with the secret career code, which I just put out this past year. Tells you how to look at your job chart. And if you're interested in looking at your own solar return, go to AstroSeek, pull your birth chart, go to the solar return link for your last birthday. And that's the year you're going to choose. And then click the solar only tab, not the solar in birth, just the solar only. I want to take a look at Donald Trump's chart. He's really interested in change. Jupiter is big change. And so now we're getting to March 14th, where his house is going to change. It's all about his career. Going to be, not that it isn't already, but really intense between March 14th. And we've got maybe a week there where Neptune is going to be activated, and then it's going to switch over to Mars because then Aries comes into the scene. But right now, we're kind of looking at this where it's sort of like all locked up. And with all the red lines there, Neptune is kind of just, if you had this in your chart, you'd be frustrated. It's just frustration, not really knowing what's going to happen, kind of swimming around, wondering where the tide is going to go, and trying your best to control things. So the problem there, though, is that Neptune is right on sheet, and with that opposing Black Moon Lilith, this is going to be something that's pretty nasty. And I'm wondering, I can't imagine Putin would do something like that to Trump because they're trying to be, friendly to each other right now. But it looks like, well, you know what? Neptune is the government. So it could be something coming from the government that is just cutting him off. He cannot do a lot of things when it comes to his career and to the US government. There's also, let's see, Saturn's kind of there in the wings a little bit. And when you have Saturn moon, yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot, actually. I think we are really in that Saturn opposing moon phase, like right now, maybe starting today or tomorrow. But this is scary times. This is scary times if you have a bad aspect with Saturn and the moon. It's usually somebody who may pass. And at the very least, there's Saturn, and that is opposing the moon. But it's even worse. It is in a T-square, and what that can show is humiliation. Humiliation and just embarrassment. People are embarrassing you, and it's awful. It's not something that you want in your solar return chart. What is all of the Gemini? Well, it might have something to do with cars, transportation. It's a lot of gossipers, a lot of people who are talking. Gemini is also socialites. So we might be seeing some socialites. It's also television. So we are seeing a lot of TV people who are definitely his hidden enemies in the 12th house. So really, really tough stuff. It looks like two women two women personalities are coming out. It could be some kind of expose or something where he's pretty embarrassed. And that's going to happen up until this point, and then it switches over a little bit to Neptune. I want to say that that's probably March 20th. It's just a few days, and then Neptune comes in. Now, of course, Neptune represents Russia. It's a scandal and a scam, something that has to do with thievery, because Gemini in such a bad square with Neptune is somebody who takes your money. So this may be potentially, I'm looking for Uranus here. Yeah, there's a sextile to Uranus. Could be somebody snatching something from him. And so that can be kind of traumatizing. Then we're starting to move over into the Aries area for his solar return. So that would mean that we're going to start seeing a lot of fighting. Fight, 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 remember? And that's going to be that Aries. It looks like he's fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and it's just not working at the moment. I wonder if it might have something to do with Germany, might have something to do, there's 22 there. So I think there's still going to be some diplomatic crisis here for the rest of the month. Right now it looks like everything's fine again, but we'll see. We'll see. It just looks like lots and lots of fighting. So then we get over into April 14th here, and this is May 14th. And that's when Mars, here's how I see these houses. Every time you come upon the next house, it kind of becomes what's in front of you. It's your first house. So he's kind of walking into the next first house, even though it represents his 11th house. So this is going to be like friends, networks, social media. And this is a pretty big deal coming up. This is going to be probably after April 14th, maybe a few days after April 14th. So maybe April 19th, 20th. It looks as if it could be something pretty big. Sometimes Pluto's like somebody gets murdered, and we already saw that kind of with InfoWars, that journalist got murdered. So something like that seems to be coming up. I don't know who it is. It's a Taurus. Could be fighting something. These are a lot of warriors. Do you think this has to do with war? And that would be in April. Looks like maybe he's trying to release, because keeping in mind, Mars is a warrior. And you score that with Pluto, that's too many. Too many people who are fighting at the same time. Is it on the battlefield, I should say? Or is it something else? So I guess we're going to have to consult the cards for this. Angel, I'm worried about Europe, UK not supporting Trump, in my honest opinion. Can you believe that? Oh, you look that up. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, betrayal, Angel, definitely. I'm going to pull some cards for what this Mars square Pluto is. This looks like a lot of fighting. 11th house is social media. 7th house. Oh my God, you know what this is? I think this is it's got to be the whole Palestine issue, because we're talking about Taurus. Are we in for a war on the world stage in April? Let's see what it says. Strength looks like a yes. Will this war involve the United States? 9 of Cups. Sure looks like it. They can't wait to go to war, according to this card. And will this war involve Europe? England. Will it involve England? No. Okay. So it does look like he wants people out there and fighting something. So this could be something like, Gaza, something like that. But it does not look positive to me. It doesn't look like it's going to work here. It just looks like a lot of fighting. And Pluto in in Aquarius, that is, it's a lot of drones. That's a lot of cars. That's a lot of metal. This could be bombs, definitely bombs. So bombs are going to be dropped on social media. Yeah, that's true. He's having a trade war. So that could be part of it as well. The seventh house is your allies. So big, big fight. So it looks like it's going to get worse. I think, Sam, you might have a point there. I might even put that up at the top of the list. That's probably the trade war. It's just unbelievable. But it's temporary and it's going to move on here. I'm interested in that Chiron there. Chiron is at 22. So here's somebody else that's killing or being killed. And yet it is sextiling that group of people there, those Geminis, those twins. God, we're going to see so much about twins. And this is going to be a lot of, I think this could be Germany helping. Maybe it could be Germany. It's somebody helping, somebody trying to help things along. And that actually could even help Trump to some extent. Could be, some Fox News people trying to help him, but he looks like it's almost like he's feeling a little bit better. And maybe that gives him the enthusiasm to go and fight because it is going to be bad with that Mars there. Let's say it's a trade war. I say it's a trade war. Could still be with third 3 degrees. That's Gemini. So much Gemini. So a lot of talking, a lot of fighting. Mid-April, and then we're going to start coming into Uranus. It is in a big grand trine. This is something very, very successful that's coming in. So we're going to see a lot of fighting. Then suddenly there's going to be big, big success. Black Moon Lilith is over there though, meaning that there's a plan. There is a plan. It's not what you think. But he can consider it a huge, huge win, I think. It's right on Algol, of course. This could be something if he survives these next few days, because Saturn opposing Moon, that is something where you need extra security people in this time frame. It looks very, very tough. And it looks like somebody there is in the fifth house, watching him, helping him. It's a family member of some sort, maybe giving him advice. Could be one of his sons or somebody who is saying, I don't think you should go there. And he takes a detour of some sort. So that might help him. In the next, I would say 4 weeks, it looks worse than better, but he does have something to look forward to with that massive grand trine. Uranus rules his ninth house of press. So he's pleased as punch when it comes to that 11th house, the very end of the 11th house. I think he might, this could be like a treaty or something where he's finally getting everybody to sign. Angel, you said, I always find it interesting to view BML depending on which side you're on. Does that make sense if you want the bad guys to win? I know. Exactly. Or if you have a plan, sometimes you can see that in your chart. If you have this secret plan, I mean, it is a secret. If you have a secret, you want it to work. Angel T 2025 hasn't been great thus far. Yeah. And will the US go into a recession? Well, let's check that out. Let's say in the next 6 months, will the US go into a recession, a real recession? Okay, here we go. Ugh. Page of Cups, maybe a little one, small one. And can I get a clarifier card on that about the recession? The Hanged Man. Everybody just feels maybe stuck. Not many options. Yeah, it looks like it's coming, but I'm not too worried yet. Not too worried because it looks like he's going to have a big win, and that can be good. Now we're going to look at Zelensky's solar return. Wow, this really told us something. This is the area January, then February 25th, then March 25th. Starts his third house. So we're right in here pretty much. And look at that part of fortune. He really showed some strength today, got through a lot of the defense that I think was unexpected. It was quite a surprise attack. So there at least was something that was successful. It looks as if it wasn't as successful as they wanted. There's, you can see it's all locked up there, but there's a sextile right here. And the 12th house is his hidden enemy ruled by Virgo. So there, I'm going to say Mercury in um, Capricorn is probably Putin. So he was able to get to him, even though it's like back and forth. You can see, okay, let's bomb them. And now you're sitting at the table and ready to sign an agreement. So it's sort of like, it's a little confusing. Star Sleuth says, not a full recession. It hangs around, but subsides gradually. Yeah, state of suspension. Mhm. Okay. So now we're getting into January, February, March 25th. And so that's not for a little while. We still have a little ways to go here. We're full on in Jupiter, which is right here in Gemini. So interesting with twinning types of things. It's sort of like we've got to go back to the table twice. We've got to see that same. We're going to go back to the White House twice. Everything is twice, and it's a pain in the butt. But there are some good things that are going to happen. It seems for Zelensky in the next couple of months. There is some kind of big win though for him, and Sagittarius is the publications, the news. Everybody's writing such glowing things about him, Zelensky and Ukraine. And so the Aquarius is really the rebel, the person who wants independence. And it seems as if he's able to get some level of independence. So that's very interesting. We still have a little drama coming up though. So if this is March 25th and this is April 25th, we're going to be coming into Capricorn here. So let's say that's like, I don't know, April 10th, April 15th, Saturn starts to activate. Remember, this is Zelensky. And this looks like a lot of money. Looks like they're paying him something. He's getting paid. Okay. Okay. Now this is court matters. This is a big payment. It looks like a secret one because of Pisces there. It looks like his hidden enemy wants to pay him something. But the problem is this. If that's Putin, Mercury in Capricorn, and it's opposing Mars, he's very, very angry. He's overly, overly angry at first during this period. So April 25th, it's going to be the very late days of April. And it looks like it could be more attacks. There's some type of, it's abusive because of the Mars in Cancer. There's something like it's real abusive type of language of talk, and negative too because of the Capricorn and the opposition there. So angry and negative. And then suddenly Zelensky gets paid. So we might have to wait till this part comes in for him to get paid. But there's still a little bit of drama there. What I wonder is, this looks like it could be like, it's so close to Aquarius. Some people, this could be poison too. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Could anyone be poisoned? Could a major player be poisoned in the next few months? Are we all going to be shocked about a poisoning? Oh, hey, Claire. Yes. Glad you could catch a live show. Okay. God, really? Putin is saying if he agrees to a ceasefire, Ukraine must have an election instantly. Yes. Oh my God. I have a feeling I know why. Is there going to be somebody poisoned? It looks like someone is going to be either get seriously paid or seriously poisoned. Is there someone? Is Zelensky going to get poisoned in the next 6 months? Queen of Pentacles, no. Okay. Clarifier card. There's just going to be a loss of money, maybe a payment of money to Zelensky. What's going to happen to Zelensky in the next 6 months? High Priestess, spiritual. That looks positive. It's an older woman. An older woman maybe helps him. Is Zelensky in grave danger? I mean, I think he already is, but what did the card say? Is he really, really in danger right now? 3 of Pentacles, yes. So maybe be cautious. It's financial, maybe dangerous financially. I don't know. Yeah, I know. It reminds me of Lincoln. Yes. Okay. Now, all right, back to the chart. And yeah, that's going to be quite a big thing because this is a stellium. This is a lot of people together, and they are all working together. Saturn rules Zelensky's 12th house. These are all hidden enemies here, foreign enemies. There's a female in there. There's an older female. Oh, maybe that's the high priestess. And why do I think he is getting paid? Because Pluto represents his second house of income. So it seems like he is getting paid a lot of money. I'll bet you that's probably what they're trying to do. They're trying to basically corrupt him. There is something that is happening here with that square to Jupiter. This T square is going to rear its ugly head again March 25th, April 25th, May 25th. Let's say June 15th. He's in the range here of this T square. Let's see, Moon represents the government. It represents his career, and it looks like it stops. His career stops. Would that make sense? Something that he's doing has to stop. Well, maybe attacking. But let's see, what is stopping? Why is Zelensky's career stopping by the summertime? What is this T square? What's going on with Zelensky's career? And why do we see Saturn moon? It looks like a death of a career. 6 of Cups. He goes home to his family. And the clarifier card. 7 of Pentacles. The seeds die. Something dies for sure. Could be his career. He's got to figure out something else to do maybe. Thank you, Buckeye. Yes, hit the likes if you like these types of shows. By the way, I wanted to ask you guys, have you ever heard of, what's it called? World Astrology Report. That's what it's called on YouTube. And my friend Melissa just sent this to me. It's called The Astrology of the 2020s. It's so fascinating. And it talks about how Uranus goes into Gemini for all of the major wars. They're thinking that we're going to have a world war starting in July 2025. What do you guys think? Yeah, Star Sleuth, the presser with Trump humiliated him. It's over for him. Humiliated Zelensky. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So that was one part of the humiliation. So he's going to get a 3-parter with that T square this year. So yeah, I think it was humiliation for both of them. And you could see that in both of their charts too. But back to the thought about World Astrology Report saying there's going to be a world war starting in July of 2025. Is this a possibility? Justice. Okay. And can I get a clarifier card? So yes, there could be a world war starting in July or in the summer. 3 of Swords, 3 people, 3 superpowers. Hopefully not. Maybe someone is feeling betrayed. Is someone feeling betrayed, and that's why there is this push for war? No. 6 of Pentacles. It's about money. It's about money. Of course it's about money. He left DC disgraced. That's Saturn moon. And it's going to happen to all of us in our lives. You look at your solar return chart, if there's ever that year where you were just like, oh, it felt so terrible. Somebody made fun of you, or you just did something like, think of the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you. And then look at your solar return chart. I bet you there's some Saturn moon aspect there. And it's very, very tough. That's true. Yeah. War is always about money and power. Now I've got Putin. I saved the best for last. Let's see where we are right now. Now, his solar return starts October 7th on his birthday. So that would be the ascendant when it starts. Every house is a month, at least according to me. And so we're in the middle here because we're really activating this T-square here. You can see that. Remember Libra are politicians. So God, there's so many darn politicians, and the politicians are yucky. You've got Black Moon Lilith in there. Evil politicians, corrupt politicians, people talking about, like, think about the headlines right now. Think about what people are saying to each other. It's just like, it's very off-putting. It's very uncivilized. That's Black Moon Lilith. They don't care what they're saying, how they make people feel. It's just ugly. Then you've got the 18 degrees with Mercury, which is very evil talk. So that's kind of activating right now for Putin. And, maybe he's part of that. I don't know. So this is October, November, December, January, February, March 7th. And I think I have this. Yeah, and there's April 7th. And the last time I was remarking how big this month is for Putin. So you had Venus activating, and that's activating right now. And so you're going to divide the month up into 3 for Putin until April 7th. So we've got March 7th just started, and Venus is actually activating in a way that is potentially positive. Look at that harmony. Saturn in Pisces, he's got a bunch of Pisces. So it's going to be all around this. He's going to get what he wants to some degree. It seems like he's going to get real estate, that real estate that he wants. Venus in Scorpio, that's getting real estate and fighting for that real estate and getting it. This is a good thing for him. And so that's happening until probably about maybe March, I don't know, March 20th, kind of later in the March timeframe. And then Pluto comes in. Pluto starts to activate. You could say Mars and Pluto. Sometimes I like to just keep it simple. Then Pluto activates. And the problem with that, and this is the end of March, that's right on his 10th house. That's his career. Isn't it like, doesn't it make you crazy when somebody like that says you have to hold elections and he's been in power for so long? But it's just like, it makes you crazy just thinking about it and so frustrated. But there's the trine to Uranus and a trine to the South Node. Something positive might be happening. This could be something that's happening. This is a big transformation. It's a transformation of his career, of Putin's career, a transformation of the government. But there's a little problem. There is a square to part of fortune there, and that is no success in some way. Probably not going to be successful in what he wants to do. And the 12th house is keeping things a secret. So there's going to be a couple of problems with keeping things in the background, possibly. But then this is what I'm intrigued about. This is something, keeping in mind, when you add a square with Pluto, it's too much. It's too much. And with Mercury there in Libra, this could be a lot of courts, it could be NATO, it could be a lot of paperwork, things that he just it's just not working for him. And that's in the sixth house of court matters as well as his job. This has to do with his everyday job too. And it has to do with workers. Julia, I don't think I have. Hi, Hope and Happiness. Toys here. And yeah, trying to get China invited again. I know. I don't know. It's just what I see and it works. So I use it. Politicians make us nice Librans look bad. Totally agree. Jackie, nice to see you. Julie, you asked, just wondered if you had a website that it has past cases listed. I did, and then I took it down. I got tired of it. I wanted to redo it. So I'm kind of in the middle of doing that right now. And it's slow. Aren't there arrest warrants from The Hague for war crimes, allegedly? Oh, that would be great. God, that would be like every astrologer's dream. Can we take a quick peek at Elon? He's being blamed for crashing the stock market. Yeah, we should probably do that. Let me just look at this Putin for a little bit, and then I'll pull up Elon's chart. Okay. So first of all, this is pretty bad. This is 18 degrees Mercury. This is what's on your mind. And I'm afraid to say it looks like what's on his mind is very intense revenge on, I want to say this has got to be this has got to be NATO, don't you think? He wants revenge. He's pissed about something. He didn't get something that he wanted. Now, I know this isn't what it's really all about. But if I saw something like this, it would be kind of like you're so excited to get something, but then it's not exactly what you thought. So they go in to get the minerals. And I know this isn't going to be it, but and then it's like clay. There's nothing there. So it's like it's a lot of effort and then just feeling like double crossed. I think it's a double cross. I think it's a betrayal. I think it's wanting to get too much revenge. These people really do him in some way. And he feels that it's very, very unfair. And so, what I'd like to know is what am I looking at in this Mercury at 18 degrees, the evil degree, squaring Pluto, which is a lot of revenge. It is real estate. It is it can be murder too. It can be murder. It can be two murders. It can be groups of murders. Ugh. What am I looking at here with Mercury square Pluto? And that's going to come in. I mean, it already did come in because Mercury was activated last month in Virgo, but it's really going to come in this month. And let's see, that's okay. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So July 7th, Pluto's activating in that time frame. What is that square to Mercury? All right, let me fix this. All right. Page of Cups again. Something that could be about the water. It could be waterfront types of things. It could be, yeah, Mercury is something that's very small. It's something of somebody else's. Clarifier card. Could be a ring. Thousands of rings. Could be crypto coins. I don't think so. I don't think so, because you'd need more Uranus for that, I think, or Aquarius. What's a clarifier card for that Pluto that's going to be, it's going to blow up in the summer. What is this? 8 of Swords. Not having options, kind of stuck, and thinking, probably thinking that this was not going to be the case, and it actually happened. So he's going to get initially what he wants, and then I think his hands are tied by NATO. Will NATO be a big problem for him, for Putin in the summer? Temperance. Yeah, rules. He doesn't like rules, or at least he doesn't like those rules. Turkey are bypassing NATO. Yeah. Yeah, UK are up for 2 allegedly for peacekeeping. Oh, you're saying, Sam, Turkey's saying they're sending troops to Ukraine. You think Keir Starmer's trying to ruin UK? Yeah. Yeah. Baron's working away. Is he studying or is he just trading? Star Sleuth. I wonder if 8 of Swords could be a ceasefire agreement. Just saying. Did I get 8 of Swords? Yeah, 8 of Swords. It could be a ceasefire. But right. It could be a ceasefire, and then he can't do what he wants to do. And that it outrages him. It's something in the summer. Let me see here. Something in the summer. Pluto in Cap. He's trying to get to Uranus, and he can secretly get to Uranus. So this could be something that has to do with cyber. He's getting data. I mean, we always have to look at Uranus as data. He's tapping in, he's going in and getting that data. And look at that. We've got this little blue triangle here. He's getting what he wants. This could be some kind of crypto. This is a scam, maybe some type of scam. But these people are possibly stopping this from happening. Definitely deception. So there's some kind of deception that's happening. It's weird because these people are generally no good. I mean, there's a couple of them in there that are some bad apples. I don't know who they are. Kind of like I said last time, it's like Darth Vader versus Darth Vader. Okay, but this is coming in before April 7th. And this is the big one. This is like, popcorn time. Opposing Moon in Scorpio. This is a really, really big strike. And the Moon represents his 3rd house. Again, it's something, I think it could have something to do with another strike, another local strike, even after everything happens. So it's kind of like a roller coaster. It's like, no peace accord, no ceasefire, then strikes, then a ceasefire, then strikes. And it's like back and forth and back and forth. And this Uranus is the rebel, like I said last time. Uranus represents his 11th house. I mean, I want to say it's a friend, but that's his goal, maybe his goal. And there's a betrayal coming up for him. Could it be? I'm trying to think if it could be a spy, because the spy is up at the top there. Is there somebody who's a spy that's going to betray Putin? And is that what we're seeing here? Okay. Two of Swords and a clarifier card. 6 of Pentacles. So again, money. God, these people, don't they have enough money? All right. So 2 of Swords trying to make a decision. It's like a blind decision. He probably thinks both decisions are going to be terrible and he doesn't know which one. He can't see the reality, can't see the true reality in this decision making, but it has to do with those pentacles. You think Trump is playing Putin? I don't know. It's a good thought, I think. I think sometimes that as well. But I also think that certain people on the world stage just love people with money, and they aspire to be like them. Muck needing his rare minerals from Ukraine, Greenland, Canada, etc., to feed his gluttonous technology businesses. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, it could be fighting over mineral rights. Yep, they let him go in. And then it's like, well, you can't go over to the north. We didn't say you could do that. So then more whatever. More trouble. Ooh, that can be a Robin Hood type of card, the 6 of Pentacles. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Amber. Amber is here. And all right. So now you want to pull Elon's. Do we even have Elon? I can't remember if I pulled that. Let me see if I can get it. Elon Musk. This is going to be interesting. Birth chart. And I'm going to pull. He is born June 28th. So we're going to look at his 2024 chart. And I can't. Well, I guess I could make notes. I just have to put it in my my presentation here, my Google slide. So let me just do that. And where do you think he had his birthday? Last June. I guess I could Google that. Where did Elon Musk celebrate his birthday? Last year. He was 50. No, so he was 53 last year. Okay, but I don't know. I don't know where he spent his birthday. So let's just say, let's say Palm Beach. Palm Beach, New York, DC. And I'm going to share it in 1 second. See what we get for him. His birthday, June 28th, 1971, 7:30 a.m. That's for Elon Musk. And I'm going to add some aspects. And I'm just going to share it. And then I'll mark it up. Okay, first I got to go over here. And let me see if you guys can see it. Oops. And there it is. So I know he probably wasn't in Palm Beach, but I don't know where he was. So good Lord. He's got quite a T-square there. Do you see that? And that is pointed right to the 6th house of court matters. So funny. Amber, what are you cooking? Are you cooking Duchess Meghan Sussex's one pasta dish? Everyone says hello, by the way. It's been said Zelensky already signed the minerals to the UK. Oh, God. Now, that would be a double cross for sure. He was at SpaceX headquarters. Okay. Is that Texas? That was Texas? Or SpaceX headquarters? So I'm going to have to do this again. Sometimes it could be Florida too, right? SpaceX headquarters. Oh, is it Hawthorne, California? All right, so let's do Hawthorne, California. I'll just type it in real quick. And let me just take a screenshot of it. And as you can see, I'm going to hit the solar only, and that's going to give us some idea. It's got some good stuff. Notice some Saturn moon there, which is humiliation. Wishing that maybe he didn't come on stage with with a whatchamacallit, an axe. What are those things called? It's too late for me. My brain is not working. All right, so let me go to, hang on one second. Put this in here. And his birthday, June 28th. So that's going to start it. So maybe a Jupiter rising this year. I'll make sure you can see it. All right. Okay. Currently hasn't moved to Texas yet. You think that he was at Trump's Mar-a-Lago? Apparently he was working and almost missed his brother's wedding. He loves to work. I know, Natalie. Poor Megan. Just let her have Sussex. What's the problem? Oh, you're making lasagna with homemade pasta. I haven't done that in a while. And Texas, okay. Natalie, you said, I read Megan's show has been renewed for a second season. Well, of course, that even in of itself has to be a controversy because apparently they already filmed it. And that goes in line with that soul return of hers that we read where there are spies. There are people in Netflix, I think, that know her secrets. They are spies and they don't like her. I think it might be because maybe they like one of her competitors, or maybe they simply just don't like her. But there's a leak there, and I don't know what I would do if I was Megan. It's kind of tough when somebody's handing you $100 million before taxes, and then you've got to put up with those leaks. Star Sleuth, you don't really like her. I thought she was very good. I don't see I honestly don't have a problem with her, but I get it, people. So back to Elon. We've got Jupiter right here. So he's a twin. He is a twin this year, and he is going to have to do a lot of things twice. Look at that T-square. And of course, Gemini is documents. It's documents, it's partnerships. And Moon in Pisces, these are documents that they don't make any sense. Documents that he's reading in bed. Third house is not having any boundaries with documents. This is a major, major situation for him. What did I say his birthday was? June 28th. So we've got June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and January, February, March. I should have just gone the other way around. March, April. So we're in this March 28th. So no, not really. We haven't gotten there yet. We're really in the 9th house. So this is March 28th. And this is February 28th. He just went from the sun over here. Oh, he got a lot of attention. Wow, look at those blue lines. Woo-wee. Got a lot of attention. Now he's in Virgo. And everybody, let's see, what's Mercury? Mercury. Is there? Can't see. Yeah, there could be, there's definitely criticism. Yeah, I mean, I'd say this is close enough with Pluto. Lots of criticism online, and keeping in mind, like, let's think about this. Everybody they're protesting at Tesla, at all the places you could buy a Tesla. Everything is on fire. And that would be Leo. So things were on fire here. Sun in that square with the nodes and Aries. So everybody's pissed off. But February 28th, March, this is starting to end now. And Mercury is in the 8th house. Now, why is that in the 8th house there? That is, you know what? 7th house is your employment contract. And the 8th house is the money that you're getting from the employment contract. So it seems to me I think he's receiving some money. I mean, we know that Trump just bought a car. I hope he got a good discount. Ugh, it's just kind of nuts. But there's a trine to Saturn. So he's getting some money back. Saturn trine is return, and 8th house is the second house from the 7th. But so much 8th house. This is also real estate. So he could be buying stuff and keeping in mind, oh my God, look at how many people are in there in Cancer. This is a lot of women. And they're talking about what? Pregnancies. That's already passed, but oh my God, a lot of women, a lot of ladies, and yikes. So anyway, we're in Virgo, Mercury's activating, but then we're coming into here, and this is what he has to watch out for. This is Black Moon Lilith, and this is nasty. I think this could be on a personal and professional front. Right here and here. But then at the same time, look at what you got. You've got this grand trine, which is like ding, ding, ding. You get to do what you want. God, there's a lot of money being transferred to him. Pluto is transfer in second house of money. Uranus is transfer. Uranus is online. There's something that he's getting. He's getting some money. 6th house. This could be from success is workers. Success is work. This is his job. So he's getting something for his job. Maybe one more thank you. But it does seem like these ladies, they're coming in and embarrassing him again. I think that could be it. I don't think he feels good about that. So these women, even though as much as I would like to be on their side, they don't look like very nice women, or at least one of them doesn't. This is somebody who, and I think it's already been reported, not the honey trap, but the trap, pregnancy trap. That could be this person, but it could be somebody else too. Could be a blonde girl with the sun next to Venus is a blonde woman. So then we get over here and we've got South Node here, and something happens. This is more personal stuff. It looks like he has trouble. It looks like somebody is in deep, deep despair about the relationship. So we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff about the relationship. And also the 9th house is press, it's publications. So you can see a lot of stuff that's being written about him, about these women, but also 3rd house matters. So that's also going to be the Tesla type of stuff. They're going to be writing about that as well. Anything about the cars, 3rd house. Hey, Elphaz. Yes. Oh, is that who it is? Amber H? I know, Buckeye. I'm really not sure where he was on birthday, but because he has so many headquarters. You love lasagna. Yeah. I never really crave it, but when I have it, I think it's so good. Yeah, maybe Elon spent some time with one of his 13 children. Yeah. Grok says HQ is on One Rocket Road in Hawthorne. Okay. Yeah, maybe it was from women from his parties. Cancer, it's funny. It's like when I see Cancer, it's like These people are psychics. I wonder if he's consulting a psychic. They're also Cancer are people who cook. They're very, very good cooks. I think Megan Sussex is a cook. I know I'm going to get in so much trouble for saying that. And let's see here. Yeah, I wonder, let's find out what Black Moon Lilith in his 10th house is. 29 degrees, it's pretty weak, but can still do quite some damage. And so this is going, yeah, we're talking about Elon. Yeah, you were thinking about Amber H. Mm-hmm. So what month did we say that was? Let me see. So if this is, because we're going to start on this birthday. So that's June, then May, April, March. March 28th. So this is going to be probably, let's say, what day do you think it is? I think it's going to be like April 5th. Could be April 4th, April 6th. But it's pretty bad. It's a spy, I think. Is this a spy? Somebody who he knows, but it looks like the spy falls. The spy doesn't do very well. Are we looking at a spy with Elon? Somebody who's giving some kind of information and is causing Elon some trouble. And I say that because Neptune usually represents a spy. Hmm. Two of Swords reversed. And clarifier card, Lovers. Okay. So it's somebody maybe another person's coming out. Oh God. Maybe the woman who was sitting next to him at that, whatever you called that meeting Trump had, the address to the nation or address to Congress. So yeah, I keep seeing her pick around again. Hmm. So there could be something maybe about, something about his personal life coming in. But I also think it's going to have something to do with his career because it is in the 10th house. Mercury this year for him rules. Rules his MC and is in the 8th house. There's a lot of good stuff happening for him too. Because you can see these nice blue lines. He's able to develop something that he really wants to develop here. Unfortunately, when you see right near Algol in history, there's always some kind of shenanigans around it, whether it's like the atom bomb or somebody's doing something where they really shouldn't. There's a connotation there with the 26th degree of Uranus, which his Uranus is conjunct in this solar return chart. Now, it's so weird how the worst, I shouldn't say it like this because there are a lot of people who have 15 degrees in Leo, but it is called, and Star Sleuth, you tell me if I'm telling lies, but it is a tough degree. And so I'm looking at that. It is in Elon's chart. It's in Leo right here. And before I forget, if you just tuned in, we'd love if you could hit the like button. It really helps the show out. And also, if you're interested, if you would like a personal reading, you can go to astrologywithval.as.me. I have a special going right now for March Madness. So make sure to take advantage of it. Get some predictions, monthly and yearly predictions. It's a lot of fun. So with part of fortune at 15 degrees in Leo, but it's in a grand trine. It's not terrible, but there is a square to part of fortune here, which is somebody here, maybe in the family, Mars in the 5th house. So could be sometimes when that happens in your solar return chart, it's like everything's going great, but then you go on vacation and then somebody gets in a fight with you. 5th house is your vacation house. It's where you holiday. And it's also your hobbies too. All right. Yeah, maybe ousted from Tesla. Yeah, very tough and unfortunate. 15 Leo. So it's unfortunate, but then in a grand trine, so something helps it out. Something helps it out. But you know, when I think of that, sometimes I think that somebody really wants to harm you. They're coming after you. Now he's past that point. Uh, this could have been one of the people who were one of the protesters. So we're going to come around here. Then we're going to go to South Node, but he's able to do something here. You know what South Node means in the 10th house? It means to let go of your career. What? He wants to let go of something, but he can't. These women won't let him. Maybe he's trying to sell some shares. He's trying to really let go of something. And it looks like I think that the president's going to help him with it. So maybe maybe he's going to step down as the Tesla leader so that he can devote himself full time. Maybe he's going to become a politician, which is Libra. Yikes. See, the politics for him doesn't look very good because of Venus ruling the politicians. They are just they're upset, they're stuck. It's hard to work with them. They can't work with or he can't work with them. It's a bummer for the women. It's no good. Then we get over into right before his birthday. So it's going to be May 28th. It's going to actually be before then when Pluto. I always like to keep an eye out for the Scorpio month because you want to look at and see where Pluto is. Pluto is right here in the second house, which is pretty good actually. It looks like he's getting paid. Still at war with someone over here in the eighth house. Probably some female, something about being a mom. But yeah, this is going to happen probably, I want to say early days of May. Um, and then probably mid June, Scorpio. He makes so much money. It's ridiculous. And you know what? This could be a little hint here. This is a time frame for crypto. He's got like a little strategy, it looks like. This is crypto. So you watch his stocks rise. I don't know if we're able to see how much he makes, but he makes a boatload. I think, could it be Mars? Pluto represents the 11th and the 12th house. It could be something he's saying on social media that's helping the crypto, but yeah, I definitely think that's crypto. So he's getting all the secrets because he knows the right people. It's his new child. Oh, they'd have to buy him out. Okay. And that he has a sick child. Right. Grimes is fighting for custody. Grand trines can facilitate problems, though, too, depending in the planets. That's for sure. You got a bunch of challenging malefic planets all in a trine together. It's kind of like you got a bully here, there, and next to you and behind you, and they're just passing the ball around. So sometimes that can be very challenging as well. But if I were to say anything, I would say he's getting ready for a big career change. And also, he's going to do something pretty significant with crypto before his birthday. So we'll have to see how it goes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I'll find out. I think I'm going to do something about crime. Maybe we should look for that missing woman in Punta Cana. So yes, good to see you too, Angel. Thanks, TJ. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Star Sleuth, and I'll see you tomorrow.